this summer that he had decided to retire. I think everyone knows a little bit about Rick's history at Loyola, but of course I'm going to share a little bit of that. So you know that he started here in 1979, and I guess the rumor was that he started for $600. Yes, that's crazy. And obviously he started as the men's coach, and then a few years later took on the women's team as well. And everybody that knows Rick knows that he has an incredibly impressive memory. So I'm sure that I'm going to say some numbers here, and he will be able to probably correct me to the person. But if the math is correct, he probably coached more than 375 student athletes during his time, and he won more than 800 matches while he was here at Loyola. That's impressive. Word on the street is that he's been to at least 25 weddings of former players, and that he may also have been the most visited person from the Loyola community to weddings that are in the chapel, which is really impressive. And I do, from the number of photos and the stories that he can tell, I don't even think he had to crash any of them. I actually think he was invited. You know, from an athletic director's perspective at a Division I school like this, that has a deep commitment to academics and athletics, but framed in the Jesuit mission, Rick is exactly the type of human being you want on your staff, who you want watching over the young people on your teams, and who you are glad was your coach for 43 years. When players share comments like I'm going to share with you right now, you know you are doing something right as a coach. Rick was always the best person for his players. He's very encouraging, even when you are not at your best. I loved my time at Loyola, and especially on the tennis team. Rick always asked how I was doing, and he really cared what my answer was. He told me I could be an athlete and a good student here, and he always supported that. Rick cared about me as a person, as a student, and then as an athlete. I am thrilled that you are all here today to help us celebrate Rick one more time and to allow us to honor him for all the love, the commitment, and dedication he demonstrated during his time as a coach and a mentor here at Loyola. And before I actually let Rick speak, I have two other items to share. First, Rick has worked incredibly hard to create and host playing opportunities for our teams here at the McClure Tennis Center, especially in the fall as our teams return to campus after the summer months and prepare themselves for the year leading up to conference championships in the spring. Rick has always invited a variety of teams to Baltimore to compete against the Greyhounds. The past few years have seen the likes of Mount St. Mary's, Goucher, Johns Hopkins, Morgan State, Howard, Rider, Coppin State, Lafayette, Delaware State, Hartford Community College, Bucknell, George Mason, just to name a few. This is a phenomenal facility that we have here, and Rick worked hard to run events that were worthwhile for other teams to come here and to play. That only helps our own teams as well. So in recognition of Rick and his legacy, Coach Eventhoff and I are happy to announce that starting next year, one of the fall events will be renamed as the McClure Tennis Classic. Yeah. And secondly, over the past few months since Rick announced his retirement, we have had a few incredibly generous supporters of the program come forward to work with us on ways to support the tennis program in Rick's honor. One supporter in particular has generously pledged a significant gift to our program that will allow us to name our tennis fund the McClure Tennis Excellence Fund moving forward. Using that generous leadership gift, along with a few others that have been pledged, as a starting point, it is our hope that you all will consider working with us throughout the year to help us grow that fund in Rick's name. That will be in support of many different initiatives that will help us propel our tennis programs forward. Similar to this exceptional facility that we have here that was made possible by incredibly generous supporters to the program in Rick's name, this current use fund that we have going is the best way for us to support things like trips for competition, possible upgrades to this facility, maybe new transportation opportunities, indoor playing possibilities, and any other items that can help us to change the trajectory of this tennis program. Bailey Mathis, where's Bailey? Here we go. She's our Associate Director of Development for Athletics. You probably all heard from her as we were planning this. And she'll be working hard to help us grow this fund further. And we're all so appreciative of the leadership gifts that we already have that have gotten us started. I can't thank you all enough for your generous support in the past. And I look forward to the possibilities of continued support as we work to enhance the McClure Tennis Excellence Fund. So thank you very much for that. Obviously, Rick, I cannot thank you enough for what you have given to Loyola and our tennis programs. The lives you have touched and the people you have impacted on the court and off the court is truly remarkable. Coaches do not stay at institutions for 40 plus years anymore. I'd argue that it's for many reasons, but mostly because of restlessness and egos that can drive individuals to look for ways to receive more than they are willing to give. I know how blessed we all have been that you are the exact opposite of that. You gave so much more than I know we have ever been able to give to you in return. But you found a home at Loyola, and we are so happy that you did. So I thank you.
My hand can't stand being tight anymore.
I did the best I could to condense this to a couple minutes. Hopefully you can tolerate it. Thank you to Donna for her support over the years she's been here, and obviously for everyone here today. I greatly appreciate it. In attendance today are 4 players from the Loyola Hall of Fame 1963 undefeated 15-0 Mason-Dixon Conference Championship team. They are Jim Moore, Lou Albert, Dan McCallis, and Gary Klein. I'd like to give them a round of applause. They will be celebrating their 60th anniversary of that accomplishment this coming spring. Also in attendance is 1961 Loyola tennis player Don Torres. I'd like to give him some recognition. Thank you. From my time at Loyola, we have Hall of Famer Ted McCarthy from the class of 1995. Today we have Peter Griffiths from the class of 1985, who had our men's tennis team, led our team to the ECAC Metro Championship, and became our only tennis player to win the John Moore Scholar Athlete Award. Peter also never played a point, match, or practice on campus, as we had to play inside from 81 to 85. And I'd like to pay tribute to Peter today. In case anyone doubts that I started my coaching career at Loyola in 1979, Bob Halver, a freshman that year, is here as proof that we began our careers together. Bobby? My journey as a college tennis coach at Loyola was my dream job and a labor of love that was challenging from the beginning. As I signed my first contract for 600 hours, practiced and played our matches on 3 tennis courts in the Jenkins parking lot. Didn't have any courts on campus 81 to 85, and then ran 2 Division I programs on 4 courts from 85 to 2015. Good luck to me. After 43 years of coaching, 77 teams with close to 400 players in parts of 6 decades, it was time. It's a bittersweet day. I loved what I did and the kids I did it with, but 43 years was a right amount of time and to celebrate and to let other people take on and take the program in a positive direction. I am humbled, honored, and in awe today that so many of you are here to celebrate my retirement. My relationship with each and every one of you is invaluable. Our time shared, our friendships made, and the many successes over our student athletes have enjoyed in the classroom and on the courts have been a very special part of my life. I'm very proud of what we have achieved as They are memories I will always cherish and remember. My career highlights have been many. The most impactful, important, and meaningful ones happened in early March of 2015 when our miracle of 8 courts with lights tennis center came to fruition. This beautiful and wonderful facility has been a game changer for our program and one which enabled our players to be proud every day they came and competed here. I would like to personally thank Joy and Hank Gupta for their love, passion, thoughtfulness, and generosity for all our tennis student athletes throughout the years who are proud to call your precious gift their home. During my time at Loyola, I've been fortunate to have many people influence my life and coaching career in positive ways. 3 Loyola Hall of Famers, Joe Boylan, Diane Jeppe-Aikens, and tennis player Mia Benlinsky showed me the importance of leadership, dedication, passion, desire, friendship, and love amongst teammates that make up a very successful team. They were lessons well learned. I would like to thank my many colleagues, coaches, administrators, their assistants, academic advisors, trainers, and promotions people, event planners, and strength and conditioning coaches for their constant support in making a positive experience for our tennis student athletes. I would like to thank my brother Bob, his wife Lisa, their daughter Melissa, and son Paul for their love and encouragement throughout my life and my journey at Loyola. Many thanks to my 5-year volunteer assistant coach, Craig Thornton, whose time, effort, love of tennis, and friendship were invaluable and much appreciated. Please have some applause for Craig. Endless thanks to Dave Garrity, who made every day positive. His love, passion for Loyola and the teams is priceless. Thank you for your dedication, respect, and an effort to help make our tennis team successful. Lucky am I to have lived my dream for the past 43 years. I drove to Loyola happy each day for the opportunity to work with 18 to 22-year-old athletes during a special time of their lives. I am very proud of my tennis players' accomplishments at Loyola and in real life. I loved my job, I loved my teams, and had a passion for the wonderful game of tennis. My many memories will be in my heart forever. And thank everyone for being a part of my Loyola journey. I greatly appreciate all your support over the years. Thank you very much.
I'm that guy, Dave Garrity, who we talked about. So, I just want to say thank you to everyone that came out. Obviously, we all love Rick. Rick has been a part of and touched everyone's heart, everyone that's here. And Rick, you know, my family, and it's just been a wonderful, 33 years of working with Sky. I knew him when I was a student here, and he's one of the best people in the world. There's no doubt about it. And I just want to give him another big. We do have a few little tokens of our appreciation. Donna, you want to come up and help Rick? Come on over. Let's do those. Yeah. So, what's the one thing you think of when you think of Rick McClure?
Big gulp.
Big gulp. Okay, well that answers our question. Which we're going to go first with. Rick, your next 100 big gulps are on the way. is true. I should have known that. What's the second thing you think of?
Oh, tracksuit.
Sweatsuit, tracksuit, training gear. Coach McClure, would you say he's a little casual when he comes to work? Business casual. We have a few items to give Rick, and Donna's going to present them to him. And just, Rick, wear these with pride, as you always did, and the pride that you brought us here at Loyola through your time here. Thanks.
We have a green one, we have a white one, we have a black one, and we have a thicker black one. They proudly say Loyola tennis on it.
And I'd really like to, at this time, ask Josh Eventoft to come forward. We had a national search for a new coach and found one literally 3 blocks from campus. Josh is a local tennis person. He's been working in the area for years and years. He's worked at many clubs. He was at Hunt Valley recently. He's also coached at the college level at Coppin and Stevenson. And we're very happy to have him here. One of the things I forgot to mention, that Rick wasn't very good with the computer. So one of the things that Josh, I asked him if he knew how to turn a computer on, and he said yes. I said, "You're hired." No, but I want to thank Josh for coming up and saying a few words and about transition, and so come on up. Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, I want to reiterate my appreciation and gratitude to the ADs, the staff, the alumni, the players, and again, to Rick for instilling the integrity, the morals, to the level that I'm shaking in my boots. I mean, the amount of energy and the impact that he had on this community is second to none. From just a little about my backstory, I also played tennis at Maryland about 15 or 20 years after Rick, but knew of him very well. Our family has supported Loyola for many years. My wife did her graduate degree there, so we've always supported and we followed the teams, and I've practiced with some of the guys through the years. And this is just full circle, because about 10 years ago, I asked Rick, of course I knew, he explained to me there was no budget for an assistant, but I would ask him once in a while, "You sure you're not looking?" Because I'm available and I would love to do this. And he assured me that, if the time ever became available, there was a paid position or this or that he would give me a look. And so I'm thrilled 10 years later to have accepted this position. And as Rick said, it's a dream job for somebody like me. I have the same feelings of euphoria coming to this program every day. The kids are incredible, and so in further, it's super overwhelming because of Rick's history. But I'm so excited to take the future of this program, if we can, take it from where he left off and try to improve it. But it's really goes without saying that it's going to be challenging, but we're trying with extra hard work and with the support and with the groundwork that was laid from this whole community. So it won't be easy, but I'm committed to continue the legacy and the success of this great program. So once again, unleash those hounds. We're ready. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. What we're going to do now is it's just talk to Rick. One thing, somebody did mention they might, if we're going to leave the mic on, and if anybody wants to come up and say a couple things, I know that there were a few people that wanted to do that, but what I'd like to do is open up, we've got food, we've got some drinks, we want to have a nice time and get to know everybody. Players, get to know the alumni, introduce yourself to the players, and let's, create a bigger One Hound family, okay? So here we go. Rick, thanks again, as always, and go Hounds.
Yeah, I want to make sure.